Mike Graham and his 70s porn mustache is here. Yeah. Well, too bad the last time Mike was entertaining was back in the 70s as well. I mean, I used to actually see Mike wrestle when I was a kid in Florida, and all we ever heard about was Mike's active sex life. Since every time Mike wrestled, he fucked each and every person in the audience out of their $10 ticket in boringness. I recently watched The Rise and Fall of WCW on DVD, and Mike mentioned how he was responsible for bringing Hulk Hogan to WCW and making WCW run 12 pay-per-views a year. I wonder if Vince McMahon's offer to send anyone to rehab is still in place, because clearly Mike Graham has been sniffing glue to say shit like that. I mean, Mike, please take credit for things that you actually accomplished, like being the only man in history to have a bad match with Jushin Liger. Well, I see that one of the biggest whores in wrestling is here. This person would do anything for $1. And no, I'm not talking about Tammy. I'm talking about Mick Foley. Mick once went through thumbtacks, explosives, barbed wire, and a tournament in Japan for just a few $100s. So I guess after seeing Mick tonight, there isn't anything that he wouldn't do for $1. But I'm amazed that Mick has taken time to hang out with us broken down wrestlers, especially considering now he hangs out with porn stars. Yeah, what's up with you being friends with Trina Michaels and some Christy Canyons chick, right? What, you think you're going to become the next Ron Jeremy? Okay. Well, I'm really happy to see Ryan Mayer was here. Yeah, I remember watching him on the last year's Ring Roast DVD. Yeah, well, you know what? I was hoping that if I had to go to the bathroom, he could be up here. At least that way I wouldn't miss anything that was funny. But seriously, he really deserves a big break, even if it's a fractured jaw. And then when I heard that Sean Morton was going to be here, I thought, who the fuck is Sean Morton? So I Googled Sean Morton, and it came back, who the fuck is Sean Morton? But I did find out that we were neighbors. Too bad I found that out through Megan's Law. Sean found out that I do charity work for abused and unwanted Jack Russell Terriers, and he asked me if he wanted to volunteer, but I declined since he's been in more dogs than Alpo. But finally, it's time to talk about the man that we're all here for, the one and only Terry Funk. Now, when I was asked to be a part of this roast, I had to do some research, so I Wikipedia'd Terry Funk. And you know what? Your page is longer than World War II. Terry has had so many farewell tours that the rock band Kiss laughs at him. He actually gives wrestling retirements a bad name, and imagine what that is saying. If Terry is looking for a final opponent, can I suggest at least New Jack? New Jack takes care of senior citizens who still wrestle. Just ask Gypsy Joe. The reason Terry Funk and I never slept with, well, the reason Terry Funk never slept with me was due to the last time that he had an erection was the week of the 3rd time that he retired. And I think that was in 1989. Yeah, Terry Funk is so old when he comes, dust squirts out. And how is it that Mick Foley still looks better than Terry Funk? I remember in 1986, Terry abruptly left the WWF with the excuse about the road schedule. You know what, Terry? You need to tell us the truth. You left because you got tired of modeling your leather chaps every night to the delight of only Pat Patterson. I mean, Terry Funk is so old that he took Mae Young's virginity. And if Wrestlers Rescue had $1 for every time Terry Funk retired, all of these old geezers up here could have new hips. And you know, Terry Funk, he's so old that he knew Pat Patterson when he liked women. And I remember 30 years ago, the Terry Funk, Jerry Lawler empty arena match. Unfortunately, that's what they would currently draw against each other now. But Terry Funk has been around so long that he's lived through all of Ric Flair's title reigns. He has seen the wrestling greats, including Lou Thesz, Buddy Rogers, and Harley Race. Hopefully, Terry can hold on for a few more years. He may even live to see the day that Eric Sims loses his virginity to his mail order bride. Nah, just kidding. None of us will live that long. Some might want to call you, or think to remember you as Chainsaw Charlie, or the man that called Mick Foley Satchel Ass, or even the bloody wrestler that bit Lizzie Borden on the ass and didn't get an STD. But I prefer to remember Terry Funk as the greatest wrestler ever, besides Virgil.